biggest mistake of my life.
But then correct the mistake.
I think this is not ordinary.
So my wife and I hit all cinemas nationwide from August 25th. There's so many reasons why you need to see this film. Many times it was quite confusing because I have to be a woman at some point and I have to be a man at some other point. And you know, when you're shooting, you don't shoot it linearly. So it's not like, oh, you shoot scene 1 right now, you're shooting scene 2 next and scene 3 next. No, so you can shoot scene 20 first and 50 next and 1 third, you know, so you have to always remember, oh, in this scene I'm still a berry. Oh, in this scene I'm now Toyosi, you know, so it was quite confusing many times, but we managed to pull through. I was scared. I thought to myself, I've never been a man before. How am I supposed to be a man? I don't even know how to be a man, you know, but I thought it was really challenging. I thought it was something I would love to do in my career at this time, you know, to play a role that totally takes me away from myself. It's hard enough being a female lawyer because I'm not a lawyer, but then being a man is like totally off what I'm used to. So I thought it was going to be really challenging for me and I wanted to take up that challenge and I did, and I thought I did a pretty good job. Well, we did have a lot of fun on set and there were so many moments. A lot of the scenes Ramsey and I had in the bedroom were really funny. Like even the crew members were laughing, you know. Ramsey and I are friends, so we're quite comfortable with each other, you know, so, you know, we'll tease each other and then we'll poke jokes at each other. And it was really fun.
Now, woman, then bring come. Sure.
Well, okay, so the script is a very big part of it. You know, I've never really done any swap roles before, so the script is like the major part of it. But then it was directed by a very young female filmmaker. You know, I'm not sure if a woman has directed me before. I think it was probably the first time a woman was directing me. Oh yes, a woman has directed me. Another woman, Blessing Egbe, has directed me. But you know, it was a lot of fun. She's young, she's fresh. It's her first feature film, so you know, she's really good at what she does. She knew what she wanted, and she was going for it all the time. It was just fun watching her just do her thing. You know, I was so impressed.
Make her stop this work, go school, go learn how to take pictures.
I think all over the world, comedy sells. You know, life is tough enough the way it is. People just want to have a good time. People want to relax and just forget about whatever they're going through in their own lives for 2 hours or for 1 hour plus, you know. I think people don't want to be reminded of the hardships of life. You know, that's not to say we shouldn't do serious movies, but even when I, as a filmmaker, make serious movies, Okafor's Law, for instance, was not comedy per se. I would say it was drama, which had a lot of humor. You know, so when I, as a filmmaker, do serious movies, I still use a lot of humor to pass on my message because I know that people need to relax. I love to laugh, so I know people love to laugh, you know, and I love to make people laugh. So I guess comedy would sell. Nigeria is tough. Please, people want to rest when they get to cinema. They just want to let their head down, put their feet up, and just have a good time.
He didn't even allow me enter your house now. Not for me, Domot. He just sent me come out, not even give me 1 naira.
Why are you trying to
convince people?
Yeah.
There's so many of them, trust me. Some people just really don't know how to talk, or they just feel they don't care. You know, they say whatever they want to say, deal with it, you know. So sometimes people say stuff like, oh, I don't watch Nollywood films. You know, why should I pay to watch your film? How can I come to the cinema to watch home video? You know, I'm like, it's not home video. There is a difference. There are made-for-cinema Nigerian films, and there are home videos. So this, if you're watching it in the cinema, obviously it's a made-for-cinema Nigerian film. It wasn't made just to go to home video, you know. So it's quite difficult convincing some people. Some people have their minds made up. There's nothing you're going to say to them. They will not watch your film, you know. And then, yeah, there's been 1 or 2 people that we've not been able to convince, and some of those people, after not watching your film, will want to take a picture with you. I'm like, okay, do you know what you're going to do? Just buy tickets, go to LA. Once you get out of the airport, Brad Pitt will be waiting for you. Go and take a picture with him. You came to see his film. You didn't watch my film. Why do you want to take a picture with me? You know, so there are so many experiences like that. I mean, it's part of what grows you as a person. I don't shy away from negative experiences because it always makes me better at what I do. You know, so sometimes I've met some people who've been really, really nasty. It helps me with trying to talk to the next person because I now know what to say and what not to say. You know what I mean?
Help me think this thing. I beg, no kill me, I beg.
Well, yes, Wives Unscribed is a gift that keeps on giving. So yes, we have a series that's coming up. We've actually already finished shooting that. And we do have a sequel coming up as well. So yes, we have Wives on Strike Part 2. It's called Wives on Strike The Revolution. So get ready for the revolution.
Which kind of strike with that?
Me say if I follow support, we suppose join hand, teach these men them lesson.
Well, I'm a scriptwriter. So I've always written scripts. And I've said this so many times to everyone who would care to listen. I used to just give my scripts out to producers, and then, you know, they would get a director who would direct the movie, right, or the story. And then I would watch it, and at the end of the day, I'm not entirely happy with the end product. Not because that director is not good, but because they don't have my point of view, you know. So a movie is a director's point of view. It's how the director sees the story or the script. It doesn't matter what the scriptwriter wrote. It's how the director sees it. That's how the movie comes out at the end of the day. So I thought to myself, if my script or my stories are going to have my DNA, me, Omoni Oboli, I would have to direct them myself. So that's how I ventured into directing. And of course, producing comes with directing because nobody was going to give a rookie director their money to make a film. So I had to produce my films myself if I wanted to direct them.
Oh, Triamo! I better stay your lane. Not cross here. Not cross here.
Not making my money back. Like, I cannot even imagine making a film and not making my money back. What am I going to do? How am I going to pay my children's school fees? No, you know, I'm just like, I want to make people happy. For me, it's not necessarily just about making films. It's about touching lives. It's about making the next person happier than they were before they saw your film. You know, so I also like to educate. So I would be really scared to make a film that doesn't achieve any of these purposes. It doesn't make anybody happy. It doesn't educate anybody. It doesn't enlighten anybody. It doesn't uplift anybody. That would be my worst nightmare. You know, at the end of the day, does it really matter if they doubt the numbers or not? It doesn't change anything. It doesn't stop the money from entering into your bank account. You know what I mean? So it doesn't achieve anything if we do it or we don't do it. You know what I mean? The numbers are the numbers. What you make is what you make. You know, now other movies have gone on to make way more than 50 million in 3 days, way more. So to people who were doubting that time, you know, so what do you say about the movies who've made more than 15 million in 3 days? So it doesn't really matter what anyone thinks about the numbers. The truth is the truth. What you make is what you make. And yes, there are movies making a lot of money now, a lot of money, and it's amazing. It goes to show that Nigerians are choosing our movies, and for us, that's what's most important. It doesn't matter. I mean, there are one or two people who won't believe in. That's okay. You know, that Nigerians are choosing our movies. That's amazing. That just makes us feel so good, and it's making us more determined to do better films so that we can keep giving them better quality. We can keep giving them better entertainment, you know, and for us, that's what's most important.
Today is our day. We show up.
I would say Wedding Party, definitely. I really liked it. I think Kemi did a fantastic job. Which other movies have I seen in recent times? Banana Island Ghost. 93 Days! I love 93 Days! 93 Days was such a beautiful film. I saw it at TIFF last year, Toronto International Film Festival, and we were just screaming. Like, there were like 4 or 5 of us Nigerians. We were the only Nigerians in the hall because we saw it on the last day it showed, and it was mostly white people, and they knew Nigerians were there. because first of all, we're so noisy. We kept shouting, "Oh, yes, preach, yes, that's it." You know, so they just knew we're there. It was such a beautiful film. I really, really, really liked 93 Days. Well, I always say to people, social media is there, and it's free. Apart from the data, of course. If you have a brand and you're on social media and you're not selling your brand, I don't know what you're doing there. Because the truth is that almost everybody's on social media now. So where is a better place to talk about your brand and to push your ideas and your ideals? You know, so for me, like you rightly said, I talk a lot about positivity and the fact that, you know, we should stop strife and jealousy and just, you know, we're stronger together. If we all work together, we can achieve more. You know, people are listening, people are watching. You know, they might not click like, but they're seeing it. And that's the most important thing. The most important thing is that they're seeing the message that you're putting out there. A lot of people, I get DMs from so many people, you know, telling me how that post has ministered to them in one way or the other, and you know how, you know, they were going through depression, but you know, seeing the post, they feel like, you know, life is worth it and they can be better. You know how their marriages are having problems, and you know, from what I say, you know, so for me, it's a huge platform that I do not take for granted at all. You know, so most times when I put something on social media, I'm trying to reach out to someone, even if it's just one person. You know, that's what's most important. If one person feels better just seeing my post or reading my post, then I've achieved a lot. You know, it's a society that we live in. That's just it. I don't think Nigerians are very ready for stuff like that. I don't know how it was shot, because I haven't seen it. If sometimes you can do scenes like that. I mean, my last movie, Okafor's Law, had a bit of sexual content, but it was very beautifully shot. You thought you were seeing things that you really were not seeing. You know, so I mean, if you remember the scene on the couch when Terminator was having sex with his ex-girlfriend, you couldn't see anything. All you could see was the couch moving, really, you know, until he stood up and then you saw a bit of his bum crack, but you couldn't see what was going on. So when you shoot it beautifully, like, the audience, they get what is going on. They get that two people are having wild sex, but they're not really seeing what is going on. So I don't know how Alter Ego was shot. I guess I'm sure it was shot beautifully as well. I'm almost 100% sure my homegirl Omotola would not be opening her body on TV. So I'm very sure you didn't see any body parts, but then you could understand that there was actually sex going on. So that's fine, as long as you're not going all the way. I won't go all the way. I won't shoot a movie that would go all the way. So. I have another movie that I'm shooting very soon as well. We're still a bit iffy on the title, so I'm not sure if I give a title now, it will remain the title. For now, the working title is The Land Calls. We might change that title, so I'm not very sure. That we have another movie called what's the name of that movie? The Wedding Planner? Is that what we're calling it? The Matchmaker, yes. I have another movie called The Matchmaker coming up soon as well.
Once you come outside New York, like, they don't make right.
Hey!
First way you all see now, my Elena.
Welcome to Forstview Luxury Hotel. At Forstview Luxury Hotel, we offer excellent service. Our rooms have all the necessary facilities to make your stay comfortable and memorable. You will also have access to internet service, breakfast, 24-hour power supply, full air condition, free international calls, free tire pumping service, and free car battery charge. So what are you waiting for? Quickly visit Forstview Luxury Hotel. We are located at #1 Adelino Bamishile off Raji Rasaki Road, First Estate, Amuwo, Odofin First Start, Lagos. For more information or reservation, please call us on 080-7578-7135 or 080-9990-00 0601. You can also take advantage of our online ongoing promo at www.4zhotel.com to make your reservation and payment for your favorite room, which attracts a discount rate. Please note, rooms are reserved based on first come, first serve. 4Z Hotel. Experience the home of comfort. They come.